With its perfectly balanced mid-engine chassis, a naturally aspirated flat six engine that sounds oh so good, the 718 Boxster Spyder is one of the most exciting and underappreciated cars Porsche has ever made. And the reason this incredible car has been all but forgotten about is simple. The Boxster Spyder RS, which has kept Porsche enthusiasts captivated since the day it was revealed back in May of 2023. And yes, the Spyder RS is amazing, but the Boxster Spyder is so much better than most people realize. To put it simply, it's the car that nobody makes anymore, but everybody wants. It literally ticks off all of the boxes. It has a big, powerful, naturally aspirated mid-mounted engine that produces 414 horsepower. That's 26 horsepower more than the new 911 Carrera. It's rare, like really rare. If we look at autotrader, we can see that there's significantly more Spyder RSs for sale than regular Spyders. It's also got unique and beautiful styling that looks good from every angle. I mean, look at this thing. It's gorgeous. It's also light compared to the latest crop of Porsches. It sounds so much better than the latest 911. If you're finding this video to be informative or entertaining, please give it a like. And if you're new to my channel, I publish original Porsche-focused content, so if you're not subscribed yet, click below to subscribe. It's got a really cool interior with fantastic details and analog gauges. And did I mention you can get one with a manual transmission? And I can tell you from personal experience that I have spent a lot of hours behind the wheel of a GT4 and only a couple hours behind the wheel of a Boxster Spyder, but the time spent driving the Spyder was just more enjoyable and memorable. After 2 years of people swooning over the Boxster Spyder RS and completely forgetting about the regular Spyder, prices of 718 Boxster Spyders have dropped to an all-time low. But there's 5 distinct reasons that these prices are going to go back up, which we'll get into in a couple minutes. First, let's talk about the deals. This lovely metallic Carrera white Spyder with 12,000 miles just sold on Bring a Trailer for $103,000. And this GT silver metallic example with 10,000 miles and a manual transmission also recently sold for $103,000. And to drive the point home of how cheap these prices are, look at these auction comments. This Genetian blue metallic example with less than 1,000 miles was recently reduced to under $105,000. And this certified Carrera white metallic example was just reduced to under $106,000. But if all this still sounds way too expensive, you can get a unique Boxster Spyder or Spyder RS art print from Arc Driver Automotive Photography for a lot less money. And I offer free unlimited worldwide shipping. Click on the link in the video description below to see the entire collection. If you've never driven a Boxster Spyder before, you will be surprised at just how fast and lively it is. And when you drive it hard, you will want for nothing. When you're whipping around turns and flooring it and smashing the brake pedal, you're not going to be thinking, I wish I was driving the Spyder RS, or I wish I was driving a GT3. because you're going to be too busy having fun and loving the sound of that 4-liter naturally aspirated engine sitting right behind your head. But I think out of everything I like about this car, what really makes me appreciate it the most is knowing that Porsche will never build another car like it again. After this summer, all Boxsters and Caymans will be electric. All gauges on every car will be digital. Nearly all motors will be turbocharged, and all exhaust notes will sound a little bit pathetic. Now, most Porsche enthusiasts would gladly pay the additional $100,000 for the Spyder RS. But what does that extra $100,000 actually get you? The RS has a top speed that is 3 miles per hour faster and a 0 to 60 time that is 1 second quicker. So sure, the RS is a tad faster, but certainly not $100,000 faster. And you might be thinking, but the Spyder RS is more exclusive. Now, Porsche has never revealed the production numbers for the RS, but I go to Porsche events every weekend and I typically see 2 or 3 times more RSs than regular Spyders. And when we look online, we see nearly 13% more RSs for sale than standard Spyders. And this suggests that it's actually the regular Spyder that's more exclusive. And yeah, the RS is cooler looking, but the slightly better aesthetics get trumped by the driving experience of the manual transmission. So we're seeing some great examples of Boxster Spyders selling for relatively cheap. But don't expect prices to stay this low, because there's 5 factors that are going to drive these prices back up. The first factor is that the next generation of Boxster is going to be electric, which will increase desirability for all internal combustion Boxsters. The second reason is that the only naturally aspirated cars Porsche sells today are incredibly expensive, and if you can actually get an allocation for one, you will need to pay an outrageous market adjustment fee on top of the already expensive price, and by the time all the fees and taxes are factored in, you could have bought 3 or 4 Boxster Spyders. The third reason is that Porsche only makes 2 manual transmission cars today, the Carrera T, which is turbocharged and has 26 horsepower less than the Boxster Spyder, and the GT3, which is not available to the majority of Porsche's customers. The fourth reason is the 25% tariffs, which will be placed on all new Porsches imported into the US, which will in turn drive up demand for used Porsches that are not affected by tariffs. And the final reason is that at some point, people are going to realize just how rare and wonderful this car really is. So will the Boxster Spyder become yet another Porsche? Well, people are going to be talking about how just a few years ago they could have gotten one for $20,000 or $30,000 less than they are today? Probably. Don't forget to check out my Porsche art prints, which are linked in the video description below. And for more Porsche content that you cannot find anywhere else, click here to subscribe.